People deluded, I'm back again. Big up yourselves, whether you're on Twitch or YouTube. Please make sure you're smashing the like button. Hope you and your loved ones are doing well and safe on this Wednesday, people. The club we support are madness. 1 minute we're getting 3 points, then we're seeing a new deal for Trossard. Eze's going to Spurs. You would have seen today it's come out that Kai Havertz has a knee injury and we needed to sign players anyways. We're probably short in the attacking ranks anyways. Now with Kai Havertz, his knee problem, and I'm not sure how long he's going to be out for. I guess every Arsenal fan is, I don't know, because for me, I'm just accepting of everything now. But some of you are hoping we act in the market anyways. Anyone think we're getting Nicholas Jackson? Anyone think we're getting Isaac? Anyone think they might just prove us wrong and hijack Eze or go for Rodrigo or some random Joe blogs that can help us? Either way, people, the players, I've been very consistent with this, but the players, the fans, I feel sorry for those two parties. Mikel Arteta, those above you, whether it's depth, whether it's the quality to get us over the line, you lot have to hold that. You lot have made your bed, lie in it. Now, I hope with the deadline being September the 1st, we're acting in the market, but whether we do stuff or don't, you're telling me we've got enough in it. Make it happen. That's all I'm going to say. Just make it happen. But yeah, where's you lot's thoughts, people? We're going to get into that. I've got 3 shows today, technically 4. Big up you lot who was here earlier today, people. We had a stream in the early hours. Shout out to, Karma, who's one of the mods. Shout out to Lee as well, Lee Gunner, and everybody else who was either there or on the stream. Big up Dan Potts as well. Make sure you check out his platform. I think a bunch of us, Kenny Ken, everybody was there. After this is going to be like a 50-minute kind of show, people, because 2:30 I've got a gal. We will still talk about the same thing. Shout out gal. It's purely just a chance for me to shut up and hear someone else's opinion. 4:15, we've got Kenny Ken in the building, people. So yeah, man, let me know your thoughts before we get into stuff. Epic midnight stream last night. Hey, CS, my guy, appreciate you for being tuned in. Hey, deluded, by God's grace, you man get Ganacho. Say amen, broski. Flyboy, speak for yourself. You know what? Brother, he wouldn't be the worst player I've seen play for this football club, but I've seen worse in it. Like I've seen worse. It's screaming Jadon Sancho on loan, maybe even Raheem Sterling again on loan. It's darkness, man. It's darkness, man. We got Mikel Merino as a striker again. It's true, but then as you know, when you've got a quote unquote small squad, or you're depleted in the final third, or your attacking options, yeah, and there's injuries, naturally the players that are available are gonna have to play a bit more. And they're going to get done in terms of wear and tear. Mikel Arteta, make it work. You've got Ethan. You've got Merino, as someone said. You've got Gyökeres. You've got Saka. Make things happen, man. Make things happen. Make things happen. Chelsea want 10 million loan fee for Jackson. It's right up our street, man. We probably got low. We've probably got, I don't know if you would get this if you're not in England, but whether it's Tesco club points or Nectar card points at Sainsbury's, the amount of players we've bought from Chelsea, we must be able to just get a little deal there. It's dark. Boy, bring Rafa Leao, man. Pardon me. No rest for the wicked, as they say, DG, putting in work last 24 hours. We got to, man. We're this close to 70,000. Once we get to 70,000, we need to go up even more. We get to 100K, we slap the plaque there, and then, boy, Bob's your uncle from there, innit? So, yeah, big up you lot, man, because without you lot, it'd be dead then. I can't guarantee we will sign players, we'll win trophies, we'll do any of these things. But what I can guarantee is I'll be here every step of the way with you. Boss Max Dowman. But again, he's 15, 16. He's 15, 16. DG asking the rest of the world if they have loyalty programs. I don't know how it works, bro. I live in England. I don't know. I think mind game Shane. I didn't say it like that. I said if they would get the fact that I'm talking about Tesco's and Sainsbury's. You are right, though. The loyalty thing, it makes sense. It makes sense. 70K party, Karma, bring your friends. You know the thing, this guy. I really don't get what Arteta is seeing that we don't. Bro, Anton, you're not wrong. But for me to rationalize this or to not lose my head, there's certain things I have to put in place. Like I said yesterday, I love this football club. We win, I'm happy. We lose, I'm vexed. I can be as vexed as I need to be about Mikel Arteta and everything, but I'm with you lot to the end. But at the same time, I can't change anything. In my life, I try so hard to not sweat over things I can't control in my personal and professional life. If someone does me dirty, if I, like some of you, if you try, like, let's just say you went for a job interview. If you try your hardest and you don't get it, you can't control whether they pick you or not. When I can control things, I get stressed out. I can't control Arsenal acting in the market, buying players from Chelsea, doing the rest of these kind of things that makes me mad. I personally think our club would like to win. They're not dying to win. I can't change any of these things. And if nothing changes, nothing changes. When you're coming out here and telling me about goosebumps and unprecedented summer and the rest of the buzzwords, and we've got no PSR issues, then we see the same twangs again and again. And if we don't sign anyone, we all know what the window closes September the 1st. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but that's a Monday, right? We all know the articles that are going to come out on the Tuesday. Arsenal tried to sign Lionel Messi, but the financial parameters. So the only way I can rationalize this is literally, I think I know where this is heading. I don't think we have enough. But Berta, you have been working with, at that level for a long time. You've done multi-million-pound deals. Mikel Arteta, you're a pro licensed coach. You're earning 15 million a year. You're a Premier League manager. You lot know more than me. I'm just an armchair expert. But what you are telling me is we've got enough. Whether you sign someone or don't, if the window closed right now, you're telling me we've got enough to finally get over the line in something. As I keep saying, make sure May 2026 there's something to celebrate, bro. Make sure. That's all I'm saying. Make sure. And I'm not saying we're not going to lose games. We're not going to win them all. But just make sure when it's all said and done, nobody on YouTube more than me, especially with this Arsenal content thing, nobody likes to be balanced. Not even likes to be balanced. Like, just balance, talk about the nuances, all of those kind of things. Nobody likes that more than me. But we're at that point now where bottom line is you've got to get over the line. I don't care if you get 99 points, finish second, and the team above you has 100. Of course, I'm exaggerating and I'm being harsh. But again, it's bottom line business now. There's no more we tried, man. This team is not real, DG. But it is what it is, man. We had a real good 3 years, man. Hopefully this 4th year running where we've been in this conversation is great. But as I said at the start of preseason, the club need to, who am I in the grand scheme of things? I'm not saying they need to prove anything to me, but you lot need to, beyond the blind loyalty I have to my football club, you lot need to show me. I don't want to hear any buzzwords. I don't want to hear anything apart from the players. I don't mind you lot. You lot need to prove it now because you got everybody back on board. You made everyone buy into stuff. You lot need to show us. We half step. Whenever it's time, we do like 9 out of 10 serious things, and then it's time to do something like the 10th thing that will make the difference. We're so close, but we're messing about. So that tells me people are complacent. As long as we're a shoo-in for Champions League, trophies are a bonus. And I'm not necessarily, I think Arteta wants to win trophies, but he's going about it a funny way. The Cronkies, the board, etc. And everyone's to be blamed, man. Everybody's to be blamed because at the end of the day, look at what we spent money on. Is our squad stronger? Maybe in terms of bodies. Do we look at our squad right now and think, oh, you know what? Liverpool might get Isaac, City or City, Chelsea this. We're not saying we're going to win anything, but we feel a lot stronger about what we're doing. If you can say that's the case, fair play. I don't necessarily think that because the way I'm looking at it, for us to get over the line, nothing can go wrong. And what I specifically mean by that is there can be no injuries. Players, whether it's the Sakas, the Gyökeres, the usual suspects, they're playing out of their skin. You might need a Martinelli or Trossard, purple patch of a season, and they never lose that. There can be no injuries. There can be no spanners in the works with referees. Everything tactically from start to finish has to work. These are the only, we have to get decent run in the cup. That's the only way I can see silverware. And unfortunately, that's not how life works. Like, that is not how life works. And football mirrors society. It's not simple. There's moments of adversity. Even teams that have won stuff, even Invincibles. Do you remember when we went out the Champions League? We had a bit of a demi-downer kind of moment. It happens. It happens. So it is what it is, man. It's over the line business. I want to be competitive to the end. You get me 2 years. You get me 2 years ago, fine. But if we're 7-9 points off, I'll be welcoming change. Be that Martinelli sold or a good manager to replace Arteta. Again, Arteta, reality is you've hit the ceiling. Now, I'm not saying you can't smash through it, but we're not moving like we want to smash through it. Make it happen. Pretty sure Arteta has 2 years left and that's it. I disagree, Andy, man. Maybe on his contract statistically, but I still double down on this. If we end next season with no silverware, I can't tell you the manager's getting clipped. I genuinely don't think he is. The only time we move, in my opinion, with a bit of aggression and how we need to move is any time that it looks like we're slipping away from the Champions League. Until then, we're going to have a lot of foreplay, no penetration. Now, I hope I look back. Obviously, at this moment, people. I genuinely hope I look back in May and think, oh, you know what, DG, you was moving mad, on that stream. I can't see it, bro. He should be cut by Christmas. They're not going to do that, man, because, again, you're going to have to pay up whatever's, he's on a 15 million a year deal, so you're going to have to pay him up for that. You're going to have to pay Donny up for that. You're going to have to pay out his coaching stuff. You're going to have to write off obviously you've seen teams sack their manager. Oh, women's team win the champs, but you're gonna have to write off whatever's going on that season. You are gonna have to give the new manager the luxury of, you know, making the squad his own. I'm exaggerating, but what if he says, I don't want Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Declan Rice, this, that, and the third? You are gonna have to give Donny some time, but it is what it is, bro. Like, as I said, prove me wrong. Arteta, I think you're a good manager. But I don't know if you're not a winning manager. You haven't done that. It's like, that's why I disagree with Gary Neville's comments about we're a title winning. We spoke about it yesterday, but we're a title winning team and something along the lines of we're a title winning team that ain't won a title. So then obviously I'm being a bit disingenuous. I get what he means, but you can't be a title winning team. You can't. You can have all these great statistics that we come out with, and I like those in isolation. We are a good team. It's about getting over the line, putting ourselves in Arsenal history. And I feel sorry for the players. I'm going to keep saying this because it's when it's all said and done. Yeah, them man, they make mistakes. But Raya's come to this football team of, you know, when Raya joined, it was all with that Ramsdale nonsense. He stood up tall. Miles Lewis-Skelly and the young players have stood up tall. Kivio might even be departing. He has stood up tall. Marino is playing up front against Real Madrid. He has stood up tall. We have run Kai Havertz, Bukayo Saka, even Martinelli. We've ran them into the ground. I'm even at the point now, we all know Martinelli's decision-making is pony nitties. Crackheads have better decision-making than him, if I'm completely honest. But you should not be playing week in, week out like this. We are putting you lot in positions of failure. We've hit a glass ceiling. Get over the line. I feel sorry for the players. I look at last summer, we didn't do what needed to be done. I look at January, didn't need it to be done. And we just rinse and repeat on the field, let alone on it. I'm not even trying to be negative. This is genuinely how I feel. So with all that being said, you lot do your thing, innit? Like, I'm an Arsenal fan. Like, it's just, for me, it's just a football thing now. It's a football thing. Like, of course, if it was up to me, bro, we would be the best sellers in the world, multi-club structure. We'd have defo had some Champions League or the European heritage now because we're missing that. We'd have won a league. I'm not even saying as a manager, if I had the club in my image, wouldn't be pissing about in the market. Respectfully to Madueke, I feel sorry for you because there's going to even be more pressure on you. It would look very different, and I'm sure we'd get a lot wrong, but I'm sure you feel the same. But I can't change anything. So you lot do your thing. Because you lot are telling me you don't care as much as me. And I'm not naive to think you don't care. And I rightly so, provided I was at Arsenal, I might think a different way, or any club. But you lot are telling me you lot are not on what I need you to be on. So do your thing. Prove me wrong. Because I know we're going to have some great moments. We're going to be good in certain games like the Cities and the Madrids. We're going to have some great nights. But getting over the line, that's where we're at. Being good is not good enough. People love to talk about things until it actually. People love to talk about things and not adhere to them. Everyone likes to say every game is a cup final. 3 points matters. Small, fine margins. What are we doing to be on the right side of these things? Because the way I see it, it's going to be the same thing. Which is why I said earlier, everything would need. There can be no spanners in the work. Everything, the way we are moving, everything would have to go to plan for us to win something. When I see different, I'll think different. Simple as that, bro. Like, I think people are putting people in positions of failure where they ultimately have no chance. So we'll have to see. Desmond, I don't know why your super chat is not coming up. It seems like there's an issue on YouTube. Dan had the same thing. I had this. I'm happy that we can actually see comments because early in the morning we couldn't. Love for the super chat. Amongst the MLS owners in America, they did a vote on who is the worst owners. I challenge you, DG, to look up who it was. I don't want to cry, so I'm not going to. But the way you've coded that, pretty sure. This coach tactics are getting players injured. Jesus knee issue. To be fair, like we all saw in game, Jesus twisted his knee. Kai knee issue. All that running around, pressing crap catches up, dropping, keep getting involved. Keep getting involved. Get your knee injuries. Bro, at the end of the day, yeah, rightly or wrongly, everything is the manager's fault. Like, everything's the manager's and the owner's fault. And I don't mean that in a disingenuous way. It's just everything good and bad is your fault. That, like, when you're the head of an organization, you might not have made the mistake, but everything is your fault. Being good is not good enough. We know we've got great defensive stats. We've all been bitching about goals, but we do score a lot of those, 90s to 100. It's push now. Get over the line. I don't really care about what we're good at as a football club, you know. I'll be so honest. And I don't mean that in a disingenuous way. What is the point waffling about what we're good at when it's the things that we're bad at that we need to change if we want to get over the line? But with all that being said, bro, you lot do your thing. You don't care as much as I care. You're not dying to win as much as me. I think the players are. Arteta, I think you shoot yourselves in the foot. shoot yourself in the foot. Bert, I'm not really on you, but again, we said this before. How much is Bert meant to change in one summer? And also, not even to defend Bert, actually to look at him. You believe that a bit like Arteta, because people, as much as I'm crying about the owners, they need to go. Arteta, you've got us to a point with these owners, and they have backed you. So there is some remit that we can get over the line. Where I look at, but you're not an idiot. You know the owners. You think within the club's ethos and how we're running things that you can do what needs to be done. And don't even get me started on the lawyers and all those things above Andrea Berta and Mikel Arteta. I don't even care that they're lawyers, because I'm sure there's some of you lot that are accountants, that are lawyers and accountants and all of those things. But you're footballing men and women, are you not? That's just your occupation. These lot, it's not making sense. It's not making sense. It really isn't. Even when I look at Madueke, we're signing Donny. Now, when you see the Ezes and Rodrigos, and I know they're more expensive, now we're talking about selling to buy and we ain't got bread and this and that. Every signing's a gamble, but what is going on? Which is why, rather than sit here and try and rationalize it, you lot do your thing. Just make sure in May 2026, we're all in Islington and there's parades going on. That's it. That's all I ask. I know there's going to be highs and lows. I know when we lose, I'm going to be upset. Can we get to 100 likes, though, people? Big up the 48 of you who have hit the like button. We can do better. But yeah, you get where I'm going. Like, you lot do your thing, man. You lot do your thing. Life is already stressful, bro. Life as a 30-year-old male is already stressful. Like, where you just look at everything. So why am I going to stress about you lot and I can't control it? I'm a liar slightly, because the club is always going to stress me. I love the club, man, but it is what it is. Like, literally. It is what it is, man. There ain't nothing I can tell you, lot. Is it a coincidence that the news about Trossard staying with a pay rise gets announced just prior to Kai injury being publicized? Probably, maybe not. I don't know, to be fair, man. I ain't even considered that. BG, great talking point. They need to buy another attacker, but will they? Marino and Trossard will be used as backup strikers in the interim. If Kai is out for months, another attacker is plausible. If it's a few weeks, it's dead. But regardless, you need to be bringing one in. And I said I would love, in my world, we should have got 2 strikers. You get your Gyökeres and your Sesko, if I'm honest with you, or you get your Gyökeres and maybe a Liam Delap kind of guy that can rotate in the squad. Put Ollie Watkins in the bag, man. Chat to Aston Villa. Put Ollie Watkins in the bag. And do you know what? To be fair, we are going to get content, because we know the guys we're going to get linked with. Jadon Sancho, probably another loan for Raheem Sterling, Nicholas Jackson. We all know the players that we're not going to get him, but Rafa Leao. The article dons are gonna absolutely milk Rodrigo, especially because he was on the bench again. Just link me with. I know we're not getting Isaac, but journalists, just say we're on buying Isaac, man. I need to feel a bit better about things. And you know what, about with everything in relation to Kai as well, I think we needed you for Liverpool, you know, in some capacity. Big up, Chris. Bro, we're not gonna put the bread down for Isaac. Technically, Isaac is gonna cost more than Eze. He's gonna cost more than not that we're getting Eze, but he's going to cost more than Eze, Leao, Rodrigo. You see what Liverpool bidded and got rejected. You can forget about that. You can forget about that. We all would have wanted Eze, and we could all be wrong. I actually don't think. I want to pick my words wisely. I want Eze because he's a good player. He presents good problems. He can unpick defenses, low blocks, all that stuff. I don't necessarily think he's the answer left wing, but we saw against United. If man think that he can't play there, I think you're smoking crack personally, but fair play. But we know how the club operates. Where you look at Eze, and again, this isn't my thoughts, people. We just attempt to rationalize the club we all know and love, right? Eze is 27. Me, I don't really care, because that's not 97, but 27, no resale value. You've got Kai Havertz, who now is injured, and this is why you need him, but they're probably looking at it. He's 27. There's no resale value. We haven't moved on certain players. We hear that they're pinning their hopes on Wanyeri, which I am as well. Love Wanyeri, but under the guise of us needing to be great for 38 games essentially and get to latter stages, it's not fair to put that on his shoulders. It's not fair to even put it on Madueke's shoulder, because no one don't really rate Donny. It's not making sense, but they're looking at it as, we've got Wanyeri, we've got Kai, we've got Odegaard, we ain't sold no one, he's going to be on big wages. It's not making sense. And even with Trossard, for me, the only thing that makes sense, well, I could understand if Trossard, since he signed for us, he has been okay for us, kind of thing. Naturally, in any job, you're going to reward people. What the only way I could rationalize that is there has to be an option to extend that by a further year. Because if you're crying about wages, you're struggling to sell people, which Trossard was linked with moves away. a move away. You're trying to sell people. You're struggling to sell people. You've already got people on big wages. You've already brought in new players. Why would you put someone on even more money? As I said, if I was at Arsenal, maybe I would understand what's going on, but I'm not. So you lot do your thing. Do your thing. Because the saddest thing is, I'm actually on keeping Trossard. You just need 2 more attackers, excluding this Kai stuff. It's crazy. We talk about depth. Kai's cool for the Trossard's cool for the bench, but then you look at the Man United game. Players, if everybody's fit, if someone's gonna miss out. But this is what I mean, because Arsenal fans, some of you got amnesia. Some of you saw how last season played out, yeah. Some of you know how we operate in the transfer market, and it's like you forget it, and the club brings out the same spiel every year, and you fall for it. And then for fans, we have that same conversation where we're like, oh my god, you know, Miles Lewis-Skelly can't play left back because we got Calafiori, and this is happening, that's happening. That is all great when you've got 1 game a week, like you're seeing. But you see, once it gets real, probably after the September international break, where you got at least 1, 2, maybe, I don't know, 3 potential League Cup games to the end of the year. The Champions League is now starting to get into it. The Premier League, people are playing for their country. I feel sorry for Kai above everything, because obviously we need you in the squad, and it's a World Cup year. I hope you're not out for too long. But darkness is darkness. So yeah, you lot got all the answers. You lot make it happen, man. Not getting vexed over this no more. What's the point? Seriously, what's the point? What about Lookman? Bring him. Bring him. Spend the bread. Just bring him. Bring players and ask questions later now, man. That's where I'm at. Would love to see Dalman. But again, we're pinning all our hopes on Dalman and Wanyeri, which big them up. They need to be getting play football. But we've been here even during Mikel Arteta's reign. That's kind of what kicked us off up to this point. You're putting all the pressure and us getting to where we need to on kids. Because everybody's saying, I'm not saying you're necessarily saying this, everyone's saying play Max Dalman, boom, boom, boom. And he does look very mature beyond his years. But what about those games where he looks like a 15, 16-year-old? Because you are going to get that. He's not good. As good as he is, the best thing he needs to do is install consistency in his game. Obviously, needs to be provided an opportunity. The greater point is, don't put all your hopes on kids. If nothing changes, nothing changes. How much time are you going to keep doing the same thing and expect different results? I don't know, though, man. It does look like Kai's injured, man. Sancho and Dusan incoming. You know what? Vlahovic is a shout. Not for me, because I think we're gone past that. But in terms of rumors, you can see how that one's going to be facilitated. We've got 70 likes, people, 30 more, and we're lit. We get to 100 likes, we go over the news and whatnot. We might have to go subscriber only. Would you be happy with Semenyo and a new left back if we sign a new attacker and Kivior leaves, brother? I want a left back. I've maintained that, but I've moved away from it. Clearly, we needed attackers anyways. We need to press on with attackers even more now. Semenyo's a myth, because he's going to cost more than Eze. He actually signed a new deal this summer. Like Eze, he's an Arsenal fan allegedly, but he signed a new deal. There's already going to be that Premier League tax. It's a bit irrelevant, but Bournemouth have already lost several key players. Fair enough, Kepa wasn't their like official player, but he's obviously ended up at Arsenal, but he went back to Chelsea. Several of their defenders have gone. They're going to lose another key player for them, so it's not going to make sense. So there's a premium there. The window shuts in 2 weeks, so there's an extra premium. Plus, there's going to be another premium, because rightly so, if Bournemouth, if they were to sell us Semenyo, they need to find a replacement. Now, if you're at this club that has this said Semenyo replacement, before you got wind that Semenyo's going Arsenal for 60, 70 odd million, if this was to happen, you might tell them, yeah, give us 40 million quid and you can have whatever player that is. Naturally, when they come back around, did you sell Semenyo to Arsenal? We never told you 40. We told you 65. I don't know what happened. I don't know about that email. So I'd be happy with Semenyo, but bro, I wouldn't at the same time. I like Semenyo. Wouldn't have been my first choice, but I like him. I wouldn't be happy, because I'm not going to lie. It would reek of panic buying, because you didn't rate him that much. Because there's been lukewarm, not even lukewarm links to Semenyo. That's panicking. We need to panic. But this is where now it needs to be a scouting thing. You know, if I just look at Kai Havertz, someone that what they call him on social media, Rom Doiter, or let's cut the crap. He's just a versatile attacker, really. You can't, definitely not how Kai plays, but you telling me you can't find a left winger, you can't find a rotationary option. It's all fun and games. Of course, I would love Eze, love Rodrigo, love this one, love that one, but you can't find the same profile for significantly less. Maybe they might be younger, maybe they haven't, because a year from now, whether you support Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, City, whatever, and we're talking about transfers, there is a player that is somewhere that no one's talking about now. Players pop up all the time. And personally, going into this summer, we was led to believe, of course, we're not going to do the Galactico thing and buy all of these players and whatnot, but we was led to believe that it's all about level raisers. And I understand we need to look after the depth, but there's only 2 level raisers at this moment in time that we've brought in. Throw my hat on Zubimendi. Think he's better than Partey. Think he's going to change our world. By all means, get on to me. If that doesn't happen, believe all the way in Gyökeres. Obviously, Gyökeres' thing is different because we need Mikel Arteta to pattern some tactics. So I guess so. I don't even want Kiwior to go, but if people want to leave, they want to leave. I don't think we'll buy. If Kiwior goes, I don't think we buy another defender. And they don't appreciate you, man. Honestly, I saw nothing against United to show me that this manager got some different style of play to accommodate Gyökeres. I'm afraid he will force this down and ruin him. He's got to make it work. He's got to make it work. He's got to make it work. DG, I have a conspiracy. Havertz got injured yesterday and they rushed to sign Trossard because he will be the replacement now. Not really, because it seems like every option's been available for Trossard. Yeah, he's been linked with Aston Villa, Brentford, this one, that one, and the third. And we keep hearing sell to buy, and Trossard's been one that's kind of, his name's been thrown. But then when you read these articles, it said Trossard had the contract offer on the table for time, and it's not been signed. So that tells you what the club's on. We never heard anything about the offer was there for Trossard to sign a new deal and it got removed. It's there. That tells you what the club wants to do. That tells you it was obviously everything's interlinked, but that tells you Trossard leaving or staying is irrelevant to what we want to do in the market going into this summer. I always say I don't tell you what to think, just think. I'm not even saying I'm right, but like we're fed the same bullshit, and it comes out people forget. Like nobody's not saying you, Ash, but no one's using common sense. Big up yourself, SJ, as well, man. DG, that's great perspective on live dating, everything. Definitely on dating, definitely on dating. Heavy on that, heavy on that, heavy on that, heavy on the dating angle. If Trossard and Martinelli were in form, do we need a new winger? On paper, these two are ballers. Listen, if we lived in a world where Mikel Arteta could, pattern some attacking talent, if Jesus could stay fit and score goals, if Martinelli's decision-making was great, if Reece Nelson had the ability, correlated the ability and potential he had in the youth academy into the first team, we might be looking at life different. If Kai Havertz could play in midfield properly, who knows if we even if we even signed Declan Rice, let alone if Declan Rice even plays as an 8. Maybe not, but that's not the life we're living. That is that. I'm not saying you're saying this, but that's an idealistic world. I'm not trying to be positive or negative. I'm just trying to see things what they are, because I think every football fan deserves the right to feel inspired watching their team and dream. Unfortunately, I can't say I can dream anymore. There's no dreaming that needs to be done. If you want to win titles, show me. Prove me wrong. Because I believe in the players. I don't believe in all the other aspects. So let's go. Lone Rodrigo now. Hope so, man. Hope so. I was afraid he wasn't going to play Gyökeres enough to get settled in well. The manager's hand is forced again. It is forced. But as somebody pointed out, Marino's over there. So, boy. It is what it is. Get Visa immediately. Did we figure out the low blocks yet with or without Kai Havertz? We're at the same place tactically. Nothing's changed. Fair enough. Get Walk Mode from, I can never say his name, Walk Made from Stuttgart. I like him, He's a bit Thomas Mullery. Not like for like, but I wouldn't be against it. And to be fair, Stuttgart are linked with Fabio Vieira. How much they want to knock off the price. But we're not going to do none of that. We know we're not. We are stronger. Just need to add the effort and willingness. I think our depth is stronger, or it's going to need to, but level raisers, I don't know, man. We said to Arsenal would be jokes, but to be honest, it's the most like-for-like replacement for what Havertz brings. Visa would be more mobile too. Bro, Visa can stand for us tomorrow, bro. DG, we've all seen posts about how amazing our depth is, so why are these Arteta sexuals crying after one injury? What a bunch of frauds. But hey, the team would be wise to go tap into the French market. Facts. Our team is good enough. First time we'll have cover and see our best players rested throughout the season. I hope so. Because again, we actually don't lose that many games in the league. We know the draws, dropping points from winning positions, probably needing that X factor, which I did believe against PSG when it was all said and done in the second leg. We needed different tactics, I guess, but we just needed better players. But we just I do think I don't think that just solves everything, but there is a willingness that we need better players. So let's hope it all comes together, man. Let's hope it all comes together. We're good enough to compete. We've not shown we're good enough to get over the line. And that's the challenge for everybody now. Do you want to be a good team or do you want to be a winning team? Choice is yours. I know the players do. The players, when it's all said and done, the last 2 years, you've got my respect. Obviously, you're the ones out there. Arteta, I've got time for you, but you're shooting yourself in the foot. And at some point, or until you get over the line, every option should be on the table, whether that's you staying or leaving. Everything. I know everybody forces people to pick a side, but in life, do you make any calculated moves without saying the full chessboard? And if you do, you're a dickhead. Fair enough. But all of that is redundant. I genuinely feel this is all redundant. Oh, well, I swear Arteta has set up the left-hand side players to fail, as they will come under a lot of pressure to perform in every game. They're going to get skinned alive by the fans on social media, and the ground is what it is. It is what it is, and it cannot. I'm not sure on what you mean there, my boy, but I hear it. Smash the like button if you haven't. It is what it is, man. You know, I would say Arsenal, like, you could have gave us a chance. Like, the season's just kicked off. It's just kicked off, and then now it's literally kicking off. Like, there's ain't even sat down. Some of our fans are probably still en route back from Manny. I know you do, but Arteta, especially after this Liverpool summer, we never once started the season the bookies' favourites as much as we want it. I hear that. By the end of the day, my manager is sitting here and talking about winning trophies, the players as well. That is the prerogative. Go out and do it. Go out and do it. Simple as that. Or you're going to have to change course. And if it doesn't work out, Arteta, in terms of being the guy that helps us lift the Prem, you can leave with your head held high. People can say what they like about the guy. We're getting bantered for not winning the league. Second, we was bantered for eighth when he came in, and Leicester and Spurs. We're in better health if you left today than how we was when you walked in. If you're the guy to steady, if Wenger was the guy to make sure we get, into a strong place financially, you've kind of benefited from it. You're the guy to steady the ship, and the next guy is the one. Fair enough. I hope it's Mikel Arteta. I hope all the players do well, and I hope Mikel Arteta wins some stuff. Why would I not want that at my football club? I am simply saying, until that is the case, every option needs to be on the table. I don't understand divine loyalty to anything in life, but I could understand if people, were blindlessly loyal to Wenger or Ferguson or Klopp or Conte or Jose, because they've done certain things. Respectfully, Mikel Arteta, and you can tell me about more points or goals or whatever it was than the Invincibles. That's great. That's cool. We live in a different world now. Liverpool, for example, a few years ago, they got like 90 points and didn't win the league. The margins are different. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. Bar that, Arteta hasn't done anything at this football club that I haven't seen in my 30 years. I haven't. Cool, we're competitive in against the top six, but there's nothing that I haven't seen. I've seen us win trophies. I've seen us get to 2 European finals and lose, but I've seen that. Fair enough, we've not been in the semi-finals of the Champions League. You did get there, but I've seen that. And what I don't want to happen is you learn what you need to learn here. You go somewhere else. You take what you're good at, the evident failings, you do it differently, and you achieve success anywhere. Because for what it's worth, I do think Arteta is a good manager. I do think he's going to have a great career in the game. I do think he showed massive bollocks to take this job. And when it's all said and done, there's a lot to be accountable for, but he's done well. Even in him in isolation as a manager in the 2 years he's been in the champs. But I don't care about that. I care about my football club. And if I'm not benefiting and you lot the same, it's not making sense. Something is not right in Arsenal's boardroom. No, it is. It is. Because this is what they want to do. So show us. Show us, man. Just show us. We can go nuts by the end of the season, but the whole noise sadly won't be one bit helpful because mainstream media pick it up and at some point it bleeds into the Emirates. I mean, you're right, man, but we know there's extreme opinions, and every game we win, we're amazing. Every game we lose, we're terrible, and the fallout noise. All I would say, Arsenal fans, control the controllables. Don't stress about what you can't control, and just manage your peace. That's okay. It is what it is. Big up yourself, my dude. Arsenal have spent all their money. Get ready for loans and free transfers. Until we sell, we won't win anything, as FFP is an issue for Arsenal year after year. We weren't hearing that in February. It is what it is. Appreciate you, AJ. This is no disrespect to Madueke. I think he'll add something. But why do we keep spending bare money on these players who we all know as armchair supporters that will never break into the first team? They're not difference makers, man. And I feel sorry for Madueke. Well, you'll get my support, but I can't be vexed. You didn't buy yourself. Pardon me. And for me personally, I just had the belief that every signing we make this summer, it has to make sense. Madueke, to me, bar him being a left winger, and big up everyone who thought, oh my God, we're spending 50 million on backup. You cry about backup. If you thought he wasn't going to play, you're extremely naive. Madueke, don't, beyond the obvious, it don't make sense, but cool. Signed him. It is what it is. You're going to get backed. It's not helpful to do anything but that. Gyökeres, it makes sense. Zubimendi, it makes sense. The squad depth, it makes sense. Where if you bring in an Eze that can plug and play and get us out of stuff, because I think that's where we're at now. I think there's a lot of things we need to improve tactically, but we just need mavericks. We need difference makers. We need players that are technically sound and technically can thrive in a tactical framework. We ain't got that. We ain't got that in abundance. We need a couple more players, and I'm not even criticizing them because some people have on occasion been unlikely heroes and whatnot. But how many players can put our team on the back? I've seen Rice do that, even though he's not a goal scorer. He's on that. Saka's done that. Gabriel Magalhaes and the whole of our defense has done that. It's not that the rest are not bad players, but there are over 38 games going to be games where everything's gone wrong, tactics have gone wrong, we're in issues. How do we get over the line? To be fair, you could say against United, there's elements of that, but boy, DG, I'm going to be neutral in the sense that I won't have any strong emotions for winning honours. I'm not going to get negative for mental reasons. It's not worth it. Just going to let the season play. DG, not going to lie, this injury is a killer. I don't think people realise how important this guy is for us. Would suggest Martinelli says Trossard is a backup, then sign a left winger. Boy, 2 years ago, we pushed to our maximum potential. That's what we have to do again with our now improved squad. But for me, I hear you, but I even thought last season, I think even... I don't think the players and the manager are not pushing, but our absolute maximum is not enough. Like, it's genuinely not enough. You could always do better, but it's not enough. The players are motivated right now, but how many times can they hear so close we go again? If belief goes, the project is done, and so is Arteta. Mental fatigue is a thing, man. If this happened while the transfer was closed, we would have been effed. Arsenal has never had ambition. Kai had a hammy tear and put on mad weight and muscle. Of course, he's hurt his knee. Foolish physio team moving mad. But DG, we have full-grown adults who have never seen us win a league, but let's be patient. I'll always be patient, but things have to make sense. Are we moving in a way that makes us believe we could do that? I don't know. If I'm talking rubbish, cut Mr. Mark Jonathan Appleton. Simple as that. You know the great thing about YouTube and in life, you can turn off and do other things. Fair enough, though, man. Kai had a flawless injury record, comes here and becomes injury prone. Not really fair to say he's injury prone. He's had, I don't know how long he's out with his knee injury, but he's had a knee injury and obviously he had a hamstring injury. I'm no physio, but I think I speak for many Arsenal fans. Where you look at Saka, Kai Havertz, Martinelli, I'm sure Magalhaes and Saliba, and I might be missing one out. The hamstring ones were predictable. We've got away with it for years. These guys have been playing ridiculous games for years, whether that's Arteta needing to rest and rotate. Maybe the players need saving for themselves. Maybe, you need to start pulling out of international football. Maybe the physios need to do something. I can't comment on that. But if nothing changes, nothing changes. If we don't win because the left wing sucks, then yeah, it's on Arteta. If the players that should perform, Gyökeres, get less than 15, Odegaard having a bad one when fit, it's on the players. Players have to take responsibility. But we need to see Arteta needs to help them. Obviously, there's an element of Gyökeres. You're moving to a new league. You need to make it happen. But we all know we've got issues creative-wise, breaking down low blocks, all of that. You could sign whoever the hell you want. Rodrigo, Leao, Prime Lionel Messi, exaggeration with that one. And you can't necessarily say these attackers are set up to thrive. They're not. They're not. So there is a bit of tax that has to be applied even to the existing players over the last 2 years. So Arteta needs to do that. If I see Arteta were playing great, clear, cutting-edge football and Gyökeres is not scoring or this one's not doing your job, then it's on you lot. Because I want to feel the same way about how I feel, or you lot, how we all feel about our defense and our defensive ethos, which goes through the whole team and obviously the actual defenders. We don't feel that way in the final third. We don't. And until I could, that helps in its small way to get us having conversations and being in conversations that we would like to be. Do you feel the board and manager don't know that the left wing needs an upgrade and have elite wingers to compete in Europe with teams like PSG? Did they not learn last season? I think they know it, but for some reason, I'd rather you be naive in it, because knowing something and not doing something about something is a bigger problem than actually being naive. I hope it all works. If they like it, I love it. Arsenal do not have any dynamic players who can cause mayhem, pure slow players who dribble into no man's land. I'm starting to see and agree with Rance when he said scouts aren't scouting. They're using Y scouts and them things. They're looking at numbers XG rather than watching full 90. You should be doing it all. Should be doing it all. But then I think people are harsh to scouts because even like pick up Rants because you said Man United. Man United's problem has never been scouting. They wanted Caicedo. They wanted but half of their scouts. There's a running joke on social media. You always see from one day all of these players that have gone somewhere and done great things. United was scouting them. Think about it. Unless you're the chief scout, head of recruitment, there ain't nothing you can do. You know, let's take Riley as an example. Riley's the DG United, he's the head of recruitment. He's literally the head of recruitment. He's the decision maker. If he dots I's and cross T's, we sign players. Let's just say I'm scouting. I've gone to Brazil. I've found the next, I don't know, Neymar. I found someone in, I've found the next Messi. I've scouted them. I've watched 10 games. I've told you not just what they're good at, what they're bad at, where they're at, how they can tie in, how they could look in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, potential resale value, pitching it. Going and talking and doing all those things, building up a character reference on the player, which people forget. These players are human. How do they respond to adversity? How good are they at their worst? I've compiled all of my notes and I've said, boom, Riley, this is the guy. Here you go, read it. You see if he just leaves that on his desk or he reads it and he doesn't dot I's and cross T's, doesn't matter what the scouts have done. It genuinely does not matter what the scouts have done. That's where I think people are very harsh to scouts because they do put in the work. They do at all levels. So now we overwork Rice because we don't want to get Eze rubbed. Never effing learn. But you know what? I'm shameless though. If we wake up, well, not even wake up. If we in the next few hours we're getting Eze and certain things happening, you know what? It's always forgiven, always forgiven, always forgiven. Always forgiven. DG get warm. Blessing in disguise hype, man. It's never, I hear what you're saying. I don't think it's ever a blessing to get injuries because they had to have known about this already. If they weren't going to act, they have to act now. But boy, Sancho is there, man. Come get him. Less of that. Less of that. Just put Jackson in the bag and call it a day. We know this club. Arsenal never bid for the sack, which shows their mindset. We got big up the Twitch gang. We got zanged all the reporters saying Madueke was not connected to Eze Rodrigo. Yeah, what do we are? It's a separate deal. It's two separate deals. Now the new twang is Champions League FFP. If you don't like it, I love it. I think the only thing with Eze, he's had muscular injuries too, but he could have 100% played 3 different positions. Payments would be doable over 48 months too. And exactly. So that tells them, I'm not saying they don't like him. I'm not saying Arteta don't like him. Clearly, the ratings we've got for Eze are not the same shared internally. 65 million for Semenyo's mad as well. You know, it's not even my piece. I don't really care, but trust me, DG, next season's ours. As in the season that's just started, or are we doing the next season stuff already? Nah, man, it's about time we seize the present now. Regardless. Even if them lot got guns and we've got toothpicks, you better fight to the death, innit? Fight to the death. Because as much as I'm vexed, I'm not saying you're saying this, but I'm not on this loser mindset, bro. You lot better fight and get over the line. It's as simple as that. We're going to war, man. Forget all of that. I don't want to hear nothing. Anyone that's on this woe is me, anyone that can't understand this heat that we're stepping into, anyone that doesn't want to die out there, fuck off. Because it's time that this club gets back to where it needs to, man. There's too much foreplay. It's time to bust in this thing now. Simple as that. I've had enough now. Because we're cheating ourselves. I don't care about the banter from anyone else. We're cheating ourselves. We're that close. We're that close. We've done the most. And now we're going to start acting. Fair enough, innit? But no, I can't accept it. Forget all of that. Forget all of that. Fans keep paying for this. An empty stadium with give owners panic. They're not going to do that. So I said, protect your peace. Do you know how much it kills me that I haven't got the free Arsenal shirts? It kills me. I want them. But you don't need to pull me back in. Like, Rodrigo will go away a long way to that. You don't need to pull me back in. You have my blind loyalty because I support the club, but no, because it's just going to make my head even more hot because I can't change it. It is where it is, man. Yeah, I don't want to hear nothing about next season, regardless of how it pans out. Seize the present. The past is gone. The future's not here. The best way to do this thing is now. DG, big up for having me on yesterday. My phone died and my mic was bugged. I was the guy who didn't speak. Shook you. Martinelli a baller. Nah. Love Martinelli, but it's over, bro. I need a clear reason why Madueke was signed for that price. I do think he perhaps eases the pressure on Saka and perhaps manages his injuries across the season, but something isn't right. if you sign a left winger, or well, if you sign a game-changing left winger, it's not even that all is forgiven. But Madueke, cool, you're part of it. If you're placing all your eggs on Madueke, then Arteta, you need to make that work, because everyone can talk to me until they're blue in the face about Madueke's numbers, and I hear you lot, take-ons, all of this. There's certain things that he's good at, but then when you remove that, we need sure bets. That's potential. Potential is one thing. We need realized potential. And if you want to get over the line, you need to have sure bets, which provides at Liverpool, which Salah provides, which Saka gives us. We need that. Because again, as much as I hear the underlining numbers and all of that, the one numbers that matter for our attackers right now are goals and assists. As basic as that sounds, realistically, that is where we're at now. Are you going to score? Are you going to assist? Can you shift the burden? Because I can't expect Gyökeres to do it all the time. I can't expect Saka to do it all the time. We need goals from anywhere. We need different solutions. But boy, you lot do your thing, man. Big up Damon, man. Shout out Antigua. Hope all is well with you and the family, bro. Yeah, it is. And I extend that to yourself and everybody tuned in. Do you think Arsenal as a club is cursed, or is it the training regime? Why do we always get injuries? I don't know. We probably are, man. We probably are. But for me, injuries happen, innit? Like Arsenal of all clubs should know why we need strong depth, because we've been seeing our players drop like flies. Unfortunately, that's the reality. For me, injuries are like a chef cutting their hand. Like it's going to happen. It's an occupational hazard. Man said Trossard is world class. Big up Trossard, because I think he's a bit disrespected, but that people might look at Trossard and maybe even Martinelli a bit differently if you lot were sold, or if you lot were squad players. You're not starting level week in, week out quality. When Trossard was doing his super sub rotation thing, it was lit. Crazy. DG, this is a blessing in disguise. Gyökeres has to get service now. But we'll have to see, man. I forgot about Marino. We also have Lokonga to cover for Marino in midfield. Too early to start drinking. Crazy stuff. I watched Martinelli since his debut. He wasted his potential. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. DG, today you've seen how big our club is. Well done, Berta. You're great. Give a contract to someone who should be sold. To be fair to you, nobody is signing a new contract at this football club or leaving this club unless the manager. This is one thing. I'm not saying you're saying this, but this is the dickhead things I'm talking about. I'm not saying you're saying this. I'm a real gunner. But now everyone's going to go off the Berta and the Cronkies and whatever and not have any accountability for the manager. Or everyone's just going to blame the manager. Fuck all of that. Berta, the people above you, the owners, Arteta, because you do have a massive say in recruitment. You're all in this together. Like, we have not got time for that. You look come like, yeah, like just oh my god, I fancy Arteta. So it's everybody but him, my savior. Oh my god. Like, allow it, bro. When is Arteta's internal solution statement coming up? Bro, I don't want to hear nothing, because you told me goosebumps. If you got goosebumps, different. I was told unprecedented summer. You lot do your thing. I can see Gabriel Jesus spawning back. Boy. People are harsh on Trossard, but again, it is what it is. DJ, I heard Arsenal gonna drop boot cup merch, especially for you, bro. You're from Birmingham. You lot are the kings, the absolute kings of that. Man said Vaseline. Chefs, that's harsh. Damn. Kudus is mid, goals and assists similar to Madueke over the last few seasons. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Where I look at Madueke and Kudus, you're right. But it's an aesthetics thing, isn't it? Like, Kudus at least looks a bit, and I know it's wrong, but we've got to be honest, it just looks better, innit? It just looks better. DG, watch Kroenke will sign Calvert-Lewin. We can't. He's gone somewhere else. He's gone somewhere else, man. There's going to be a lot of highs and lows, man. DG did an all-nighter stream yesterday, and he's streaming again. Madman. Listen, I don't ask anything of Arsenal Football Club that I don't demand of myself, which is not resting on your laurels, not being complacent. The only time you should be complacent is when your body's cold and you're put in a box. The past brings regret. The future brings uncertainty. There's no better time than the present. And when it's all said and done, it does hurt. The last 3 years, we've had highs, we've had lows. We've shut some people up. We've been humbled. But I genuinely believe we should have won something. Can we all, whether we want to blame Arteta or the Cronkies, whether, come on, Arsenal fans, the last 3 years to not have one Premier League trophy, maybe even 2 or 3, to not pick up the FA Cups. But Zubimendi had a sickness bug before the United game, says Sammy Motbell. I swear Saka Rice looked like they had. Probably, man. And even Norgard, like, even he's injured, and I don't think he's been in training. Ben White as well. Now we got to urge caution and things like that. But yeah, Edu cooking at Forest, love to see it. But Mateta, we're not spending that, especially if they go and sell Gurhey and sell Eze. You're not selling Mateta where you've just got yourself. Well, you've got yourselves in Europe. Again, at this point, you've all known and can comprehend that Kai Havertz is injured now. People, let's see what the article specifically says. Arsenal's Kai Havertz set for spell on sidelines with knee injury, reported David Ornstein literally a couple hours ago, folks. Pardon me. Kai Havertz is set for a spell on the sidelines with a knee injury. The 26-year-old Germany international was not part of an open training session at the Emirates on Wednesday morning. Assessments are at an early stage, so the prognosis and duration of any layoff is unclear. We got to hope for the best and expect the worst then, because we don't know. Naturally, it's an injury. Every minute, every hour, every day presents something new. All I would say is, Kai Havertz, get well soon, man. When it's all said and done, we know we shouldn't have bought you. You know you shouldn't be in the starting 11. But, bro, you're a Spartan. You have stood up to be counted a lot more than some of your teammates, if I'm honest with you. We're at where we're at. Just get back fit. And it'd be like a new signing. Oh, well, let's say that about Gabriel Jesus. Wenger, please call Arteta, man. Just call him. Please. 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 Anyways, we've got a job to do. Let's not get out of your head. Arsenal are, however, actively exploring the transfer market to potentially reinforce their attack and cover the absence of Kai Havertz. Hopefully, you got to kick up the arse to do that. New signing Gyökeres is now the only recognised striker fit. We got Marino and available in Mikel Arteta's squad. Trossard, who has recently agreed to a new contract with the club, has also featured there previously. Gabriel Jesus, a more tried and tested option, is still recovering from his ACL suffered in January and is not expected back fit for some time. So it does raise in question. You know, we did hear rumors about Jesus might be leaving. Really, you're not fit. This is the second injury Havertz has sustained in 2025. Completely off topic here, but do you not remember Jeff Rene Adelaide? He's got another ACL. So that's 3 ACL injuries. And I reckon what time flies, he must be about 24, 25, 26. Joe Willock is 26 as well. Like, where is the time going? I'm 30 now. Like, where is the time going? The days are long, the years are quick. Seize the present, people. And I wish you and your loved ones, you know, continue to health in that. But yeah, we know he suffered an injury. Kai does he gets the mysterious injury thing. It is right. He did get it in Dubai and it did rule him out for 18 matches. It is what it is, people. What is this? Despite the signing of Gyökeres, Havertz has remained a big part of Arteta's plans. Well, for the money he's on and the money you spend, and it's clearly a love child, he's done it, isn't it? He missed much of the second half of last season after undergoing hamstring surgery and decided to sign Gyökeres the decision to sign Gyökeres was made partly to ensure Arsenal would have sufficient depth and quality in the centre forward position. If Havertz is out for a prolonged period again, it arguably puts them back where they started. Let's just skip people, man. It is now utterly essential that Gyökeres stays fit and makes a swift adaptation to life in the Premier League. Currently, Marino and Trossard would be the Sweden international's immediate backups. The prognosis for Havertz may also have an impact on Arsenal's plans in the remainder of the transfer window. If Havertz has to undergo surgery or faces several months on the sidelines, they may have to consider re-entering the market to strengthen their attack. I know, stay fit, you might get your chance. Do you know what? Chido Martin, you might have got a chance if you stay there. You would have seen yesterday, Trossard has agreed a new contract at Arsenal, which will grant him a significant pay rise. The 30-year-old has reached an agreement on a contract adjustment, increasing his salary, but not extending the deal beyond its previous expiry of 2027. At present, there are no significant developments regarding Trossard potentially leaving the club during the transfer window. And even if there was, he signed a new deal, so that's put cold water on it. And even more so with the Kai Havertz stuff. The Belgium international has been in talks with the club for some time over improved pay with a view to bringing his salary in line with his valued role in the squad some time. So it's not that Trossard isn't available. Everyone's got a price. But for all the noise around Trossard leaving, amongst others, reality appears very different, right? As we keep preaching on this platform. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed and all those good things. So yeah, man, Trossard signed a new deal. Kai is injured. We're linked with another defender, though. Barcelona are closely monitoring 19-year-old Palmeiras centre-back Luis Bendetti, who stands at 1.97 meters tall. The club has been impressed with his progress. Arsenal and Napoli are also interested. He could cost 10 million euros. Ian Wright spoke on Gyökeres. I've got a dialogue with every player in that Arsenal dressing room. I've already sent my messages to Gyökeres. I said you're mirroring me. So all you have to do now is to continue to have faith in yourself that got you through the hard times. If there's one thing, Gyökeres has proved people wrong his whole career. Even if he flops at this football club, which I don't think that's the case, this is coming to our stadium and a stadium near you. This guy literally moved heaven and earth to sign for this football club. You'll always have a fucking comrade in me. Simple as that. We're always going to back you. You doubt yourself because of all of a sudden you're playing with Saka, Odegaard, arguably the two best centre-backs in the world with Rice, Zubimendi. Your level has gone somewhere else. I saw that when I went into the Arsenal dressing room after I signed. I saw the levels. All I wanted to do was prove the work I had done brought me there, and then it was up to me. Do your thing. Simple as that. I mean, we've already gone over that. Real Madrid insist Arsenal have not made an approach for Rodrigo yet. There have been no offers for... I'm reading two things at once. There have been no offers for the winger. Real Madrid will accept less for him as the window draws to a close, but as it stands, nobody expects him to leave, people. Porto, courtesy of Romano, remain interested in Kivior after Arsenal already turned down a bid in July. He's already high on Porto's list for new centre-backs. Arsenal value Kivior as an important player. It's not an easy deal. Arsenal apparently have rejected approaches from both PSG and Real Madrid for Saliba. They insist the defender is not for sale at any price. Arsenal and City officials contacted Rodrigo over the weekend. The Gunners are ready to pursue a loan deal for the Real Madrid winger, but they need to make some departures first. Ademola Lookman's entourage has been talking to teams after his transfer to Inter fell through. Are we having this? Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, Manchester City, Aston Villa have all been contacted in the last 48 hours. Stuttgart are still in talks with over Fabio Vieira with Arsenal. It looks like it could be an obligation if certain performance-led targets are met. A fee in the region of 17 million has been discussed. So assuming he goes on loan, the thing don't get hit. The same kind of with Kivior because he's linked with a move. We've heard Reece Nelson wants to go on loan. Next summer, we've still got the same case. Fair enough, though, man. Yeah, as somebody said, Martin Zubimendi recovered from a serious sickness bug to travel to Old Trafford to face Man United. Another one, changing our lives. Werder Bremen are readying a permanent approach for Arsenal goalkeeper Karl Hein, folks. Kivior remains the subject of strong interest from Porto, and club-to-club discussions with Arsenal are continuing. Arsenal would favour a permanent deal, but Porto are prioritising an initial loan that would become permanent next summer. As long as it's obligation and the money's money in, do your thing. Ben White, Norgard, Kai Havertz were not pictured at open training at the Emirates, people. It is what it is in that regards. We've gone over that. Once again, Ben Jacobs has confirmed Porto in talks over a loan plus obligation for Kivior. Arsenal are happy to keep him if it don't bang, so we'll have to see how that goes. There was 0 minutes for Rodrigo yesterday. He was an unused substitute against Osasuna. Manchester City won him, but only if Silvinho goes to Spurs, and that move is still not advancing. It's been blocked by Manchester City's hierarchy as of now. So maybe it will involve Arsenal, maybe it won't, but it seems like there's 1-2 merry-go-rounds. I don't know if this is true, but apparently Gilberto Silva's alleged to have said, I spoke with him, Rodrigo, several times over the summer, encouraging him to make the next step in his career. Arsenal's the perfect fit for him. Gilberto, we appreciate your contributions, but it's going to take a lot more than that. Romano also said Nicholas Jackson and Chelsea's over. Are we seeing this at the Emirates soon? I don't know, people, but if you don't laugh, you'll cry, man. It is what it is. We're built for this. We're used to this. We're used to this, man. It is what it is. Like, it literally is what it is. Like, it's darkness. It really is darkness. Sorry, people. I need to make sure the girl is still forwarding. So, yeah. So, you got a friend in me. Anyways. I no Dio Gal slander, Nathan, mate. They are a bit more positive, but yeah. If Rodrigo goes City, they win the league. If Spurs get Eze, they don't buy Silvinho too. But if they don't get Eze, they'll up the bids for Silvinho, which will 100% get City Rodrigo. So it's effing dominoes again. Such is life. If they get Jackson, I'm done with this team. BG, you know you're not. We all say that. We'll be here. We love the club, innit? We'll be here. 60 more likes until we have 200, folks. Come on, man. Raise the levels or we're definitely not signing no one. Need to see a Jackson. Here we go, just for the meltdown. When it rains, it pours. Last 24 to 48 hours been deflating. When it rains, it pours, man. But you know what? If we had too much sunshine in our life, maybe life would become a desert. Gonzalo Ramos. You know what? Why not? No English club wants to pay 100 million euros. That's why. In relation to Rodrigo, 100. Sounds like Havertz is having scans for either an ACL, MCL, PSL tear, which will give us a proper time frame, 6 to 10 months, if he's having reconstruction. Listen, let's hope I guess I'm not gonna lie, you're saying bare things in it. I don't know what all of that is, but we hope for the best. It would suck because you look at Maddison potentially, Colwill, obviously Kai Havertz, even a Jesus. It's a World Cup year, it's a sheg. But again, every minute, every hour, every day, naturally is going to present something new. Like it's one where you would love to know the context of what happened, because like we saw you against United. Actually, we weren't amazing. You was one of the better players there, man. But what's happened literally in the last 72 hours? What's going on? Big up Uncle Ian, man. Big up Uncle Ian, man. Start, man. United were even slow scouting. Caicedo, he was stand out in 2019. People only realized in 2021. Pure lazy scouting. It is what it is, man. Respectfully, Jesus is a dead striker. I'm not gonna lie. If Jesus is fit, you're going left wing. But yeah, no one ain't expecting Jesus to score no goals. But even you get injured. Norgard never injured at Brentford. First game at Arsenal. To be fair, he missed like 2 games last season, I think. But yeah, ever present. Such is life, man. Big up the Gooner. Is it just me that wonders if this is a play by Arteta and other coaches to put pressure on Kroenkes to spend some more money, even though we have yet to sell players? Is Eze still gettable? Nah, I think we're gone past that. And to be fair, like, what play? Because if Arteta thinks he can conceal Kai Havertz being injured or whatnot, bro, there's Kroenke's eyes and ears everywhere, everywhere at the club. So nah, man. And they've spent peas and shown they'll spend peas. So nah, I think we're past that, my boy. I can't lie. I just think Kai's we've done some good stuff in the window. We've not done everything that we need to do. We just need to pattern up now. And now Kai Havertz's injury, on top of seeing what other people are doing elsewhere, it further raises the need to get what we need done, man. Big up DG Grand in these streams. Realist Arsenal content creator out there. I can't claim that, but I appreciate that, my boy. I appreciate that. Here's what it is, man. Eze's gone to Spurs. You chose Madueke. Well, then they're going to have to... I didn't choose them. They chose that. Make it work. Make it work. And that's why Trossard got a wage bump. He will stay and cover Kai. Window is closed. Which signing would make you crash out? None. Like, it is what it is. Like, I've all the crash outs over recruitment is gone for me. The only thing that gets me high and low is the performance. You lot have seen me go effing ballistic when we've won games. It is what it is. Like, I ain't got it in me no more. Like, you lot do what what's the guy saying? You lot do what needs to be done. You lot do your thing. You lot do your thing. You lot do it. You lot do it. I'd love Bukola, but it's a myth. It's a minimum of 4 months if you're in the transfer market for a replacement. And I don't want to hear any winging it until January, because January's a long time ago. Would you take Koulibaly? Probably not. You've got an Arsenal tattoo on your chest. I'm bound till kingdom comes, or the Grim Reaper calls. Hey, less than that. By God's grace, everybody listening and their family, we're going to live a long, prosperous life. Nobody here can die until we watch Arsenal win the Champions League. No one. And bloody hell, at least a league again. In fact, what am I talking about? We won the Champions League a few months ago. You saw what we did at Lisbon. It is what it is, man. Won't mind getting Alvarez. Bro, it's myth. Expensive. I did see apparently Julian Alvarez is frustrated at Atletico. Is it because, you might want to improve contract? Things can change, but you're there with bare of your countrymen. The way of life, I assume in Madrid and obviously in Spain, is probably more akin to what it would have been in Argentina rather than Rainy Manny. I'm sure there'll be a lot of clubs, including myself, we want him. But we should have got Alvarez and Cole Palmer. We've been saying this on our platform. I say us because this is us. So smash the like button. And Conky and Jackson are available. You know what the saddest thing is? Out of both of them, I'd rather Jackson. I think Nkunku's the better player if you throw them a football, but it seems like I don't know why, there's something wrong with him. I don't know why I feel that way. The fact that Sterling, Garnacho, Sancho, Jackson, and Nkunku are still walking around out there scares the hell out of me. Don't get scared, man. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. At some point, you can't run away from your fears. You have to become the fear for the fear. At some point, you have to embrace the darkness. At some point, you have to become the villain. Just my thoughts. A man said, all this recent news hitting me like when Deshane collapsed in Top Boy. Fuck, you know. DG Martinelli plus 47 million should get Lookman done. We're zanging ourselves slightly. We should be able to just get Lookman full stop without doing any of that. And even that, you're going to need to keep Nelly for depth. Whether I rate him, you rate him or not. Like, we're going to need to. Or it's a sideways step. Jackson left wing. And on that, people, and on that, yeah, we are going to end this stream. But the good news is it's back-to-back business. We're going to immediately, you know, get into it with a gal. When I say get into it, it's a chance for me to shut up and hear his thoughts, people. So, yeah, big up you lot for being tuned in. Smash the like button, all that good stuff. We'll link up in a sec. You always just